Hello, my fellow trucketeers. So, there goes Jason right now. So we're currently on... It's a Friday today. It's Bank Holiday Friday. I say Bank Holiday Friday. It's the Friday of the Bank Holiday weekend, the end of August. So 25th. So yeah, we're on the 25th of August. We are just about to finish our break. It's currently 7:30 in the morning. So I stopped on the A303 this morning. Last night even. I stopped on the A303 last night on the Ilminster bypass. Left there at I started at 4:15 this morning, and I've run all the way up here to Tewkesbury to swap that trailer with Jason. I've only just set my cameras up. I was going to set them up earlier, but I completely forgot. But it was dark anyway, so... Yeah, so we just done a trailer swap with Jason, so he's now off up north. He's just started his day. So he's now heading up to Nantwich to go drop some biscuits off at Bowie, and then he's heading up to St Helens, and then he's got to try and head down south from St Helens. So on Bank Holiday, on the Friday before the Bank Holiday. So yeah, he's going to have a fun time trying to get back tonight. He'll probably do it. I think he's got 15 left in a 10-hour drive, so there is a potential that he can do it. Yeah. But I've got the trailer on the EAD now, which is full of fertiliser, which is to be delivered Tuesday. I've got to take that back to the yard and then do a drop in Devon somewhere, so we'll get on and do that. So our break done. And you had a 15-minute break. We'll head on south. And make sure the truck's nice and level. There we go. Yeah, so we've had a 15-minute break, so we've used 2 hours of driving already this morning. So we got to head south back to the yard, which is 2 hours 2 hours 39, so we won't quite make it back in one go. We'll have to stop on the way. It should be fun. Go on, seat. Seat's not filling up there properly. There we go. That's a bit better. Sat up a bit higher now. Yeah, so it's 2 hours 39 back to the yard from here, so I'm not going to make it in one run, so I'm going to have to stop for a half-hour break somewhere. Probably stop at Sedgemoor. Heading up the M5 this morning at between 6 and 7. There's already tons of holiday traffic heading south. You can see them with all their roof boxes and that, and loads of crap piled in the back of their car. It's it's going to be a bit mental today on the roads, I think. Hopefully I don't get stuck in it like last weekend. So last Friday I stopped in Tamworth. Was it Tamworth I stopped in? I think it was Tamworth I stopped in. Something like that. And then I had a drop in Falmouth. I don't think it was... I can't remember where I stopped. Either way, wherever I was, it was saying... Oh no, it wasn't. It was Strensham I stopped. I stopped in Strensham. That's it. I ran out of time at Strensham. I was trying to get to Tewkesbury, but I wouldn't have had enough time to get there. I would have run out of a 10. So I stopped at Strensham with about 6 minutes left on the 10. And then... Yeah, so that was 4 hours and 28 minutes down to Falmouth. Now normally... Now my sat nav set to 54 mile an hour, and my truck goes a little bit quicker than that, so it's 56. So normally you can make up over a few hours, you can make up a few minutes here and there. But left Strensham at 3 o'clock in the morning, and the M5 was closed between 17 and 14. No, 14 and 17. Yeah, because I'm going south. So I had to come off and go down the A38. Well, that chewed through at least 10 minutes of time, so that completely blew getting out to the customer in one go. So I ended up having to have a 45-minute break at... God, that sounds bright. I had to have a 45-minute break at Cornwall Services, which is never a bad thing. And then I got down to the customer and got everything unloaded on 4 hours 45 minutes driving, which is fine. Then it should have been a 45-minute drive up to do my collection out of Main Cairns to get the blocks. That ended up being an hour. And then it's usually 2.5 hours to 3 hours back to the yard, depending on traffic. Yeah, that didn't happen. I should have theoretically got back to the yard on 8 to 8.5 hours driving. Yeah, I ended up only getting as far as Honiton before going 4 minutes over a 9-hour drive, because I'd run out of 10s. Yeah, so I went to pull into a lay-by, like the last lay-by before I ran out of time, and that was packed. Had like 2 or 3 caravans in it, a truck and a bunch of cars. So I was like, well, I can't get a space in here then. So I ended up having to go over and ended up at Smiley's Cafe at Honiton, which actually worked out better. It was easier for the other driver to come rescue me. So I had to sit there for an hour, wait for one of our drivers to bring a van out to me, which I took straight home. So yeah, he brought a van out to me. I put all my stuff in the van, and I literally drove straight home because I needed to borrow the van anyway, so it worked out well. And then Carl had to drive my truck back to the yard. So yeah, a bit of a pain for him. He had to do, he'd already sort of finished his day's work, and then he had to come out and get me. So this holiday traffic has been an absolute nightmare this year. It really has. Thing is, I know people that work in retail as well, and they said the sales haven't been as good. They've probably done half as good as they have done most years. So even though people are still coming on holiday down there, they're just not spending the money like they normally do. So we're not getting the boost that we normally do. But everything's gone up in price anyway. Everything's ridiculous. But yeah, the south has just been an absolute nightmare. So instead of taking 2.5 hours to get back to the yard, it was practically four hours driving. It would have been, which was absolutely insane. Just because of traffic. That's all it is. Just cars and cars and cars. Just hundreds of them all flocking to the south. Quite frustrating. So I'm expecting this weekend to be like the worst weekend of it. So we'll see how it goes. Now I am travelling to Andover this evening to go see my parents, because it's our weekend there. So we got a chiropractor appointment booked like we normally do. My friend Joe from Cooper's, used to be my general manager, he's moving off to Australia soon. So he's having a leaving party with his family and that. So we're going to that on the Sunday. So that'll be fun. And then we got to try and make our way back Sunday night. I think Sunday night. I don't think we're doing Monday morning. I don't know. I'll have to talk to Elaine about that. Yeah, so it's going to be... So we are doing travelling ourselves, but, we got a good reason. We're not just going on holiday. We're not clogging up the roads for that. But we know ways we can get through without hitting all the traffic. So it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, but I'm expecting the roads to be absolutely awful at the moment. I've already been sent a picture from Kev from Bridgewater Services, and it is already packed full of cars, roof boxes, jobs lot. So yeah, I know people want to go on holiday, but there's other places in the south of England you can go to. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Anywho, we're going to make our way down to the yard, go have a break at Sedgemoor, and we'll see how we get on. I'll see you in a bit. Right, so here we are back down in the yard. I've been sort of trying to get back to the yard. It's been like a couple of minutes. Yeah. Like, I had a couple of minutes to get back to the yard on a 4.5 from Tewkesbury. Yeah, I now have 2 minutes remaining left, and I've just hit this. There's a lay-by back there at the top of the hill. I thought, oh great, I'll dive in there, I'll be fine. Full of workmen for this roadworks, and I just sat there being lazy rather than actually doing some work. So, yeah, now I'm going to go over a 4.5, which is most annoying, because look at this traffic. All this traffic. It's just holiday traffic. It's traffic for nothing. Because of this, I'm now going to go over a 4.5. I could have made it back with a few minutes spare, so I'm going to literally have to just drive in the yard, dump it, and not park up yet. So I'm going to have to park it up once I'm in there. So, again, print out. No safe place to park, stuck in traffic. They're pretty fair for stuff like this. It does happen. I mean, I had time to get here, but this is literally just accumulated now. I don't know why. So yeah, the last proper place I could park up is the other side of Axminster. And when I was there, I was still saying I had a spare 2 minutes to get here at least. But obviously this has just happened now, so Yeah, not ideal. I can't really pull in there either because I'd end up going on the gravel, I think, to be able to get enough room in there. Plus it's not really a lay-by, is it? So it's not really proper. So we're just going to continue on in the yard and go over. Here's what it is. Ah well. Well, I said I was hoping to get in the lay-by at the top of the road when this all showed up. But it was 2 work vans in there. They were taking up all the room. Taking up all the room. Technically that lay-by is sort of closed as well. It's for wide loads only for the roadworks that are going on there. So yeah, not a lot I can do about it. 3 minutes over now. Now no one's going to let me in the yard. Oh, this guy is. Look at that. First one. Oh, and the rigid's in the way. We'll be alright, we'll get around him. We'll squeeze around him. Right, we'll just pull it down here and stop. That's all we can do. 4 minutes over, that'll do. Well, I'll say I'll wait till the end of the day, I'll do a print out and then write on it. No safe place to park. Traffic accumulated between whatever and whatever. Pretty much I'll write down the details, the time, and everything else I have to write down. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Righto. So, we stopped for our 45, that's fine. 45, 30-minute break. I had a 15 already, so I needed a 30. Got back in the yard, had a break. I had more than 30 minutes, so... Oh, Ridge is coming back, that's fine. I'll let him come back, because it makes it easier for me to get past. Yeah, so I had more than a 45-minute break, so that cancels that out, right? No, it doesn't. So, yeah, I've had... It's just one of them things, and it just happens. So there's not a lot you can do about it. Like I said, I planned to get back here. Should have been here with a few minutes spare, and then literally at the top of the hill, traffic. So, never mind. Never mind. So now, we got a full load of straw on. Which I'll show you out here. So we got a big old trailer load of straw on now, which we got to go out to a little farm. Well, you know where we do the parsnips and Swedes out from, where their entrance is? Well, I've got to go beyond that. So this should be amusing. Now, one of the other drivers has the paperwork for it, so I've got to meet him at Smiley's Cafe at Honiton to grab the paperwork. And then... I've got to go to Clumpton and drop that off. Which is going to be fun. That truck's waiting because he's a good man. Come on, people. So the problem is people just don't want to let you go. And it's like, nah, we don't have time to stop for a few seconds. I think the main reason is because I don't want to be stuck behind a truck. That's all it is. I'll just keep edging out, someone will eventually stop. I'm going to go now. Be sat there all day otherwise. So, very tall, very top heavy load. And it's overhanging the back a little bit. So we're going to take it very, very steady out to this farm. So we're not going to go rushing too much. But we should be all good. Probably be about half a ton lighter by the time we get there, because straw likes to strip itself as you're driving along. Yeah. Right, so we're going to head out towards Honiton for now, meet the other driver, and then on to Clumpton. So I'll see you when we're near Clumpton. I'll see you in a bit. climb up this bloody hill now. Right. So here we are. The Smiley's Calf. So Jamie's been and gone. I pulled in. He pulled in like not even 5 minutes later. Just giving me the ticket because he dropped his trailer off at the yard and took the ticket on with him. So yeah. So I need the ticket for the farmer. So I gotta go try and get out to this farm now. Try and get out of here. It's a little bit tight getting around here, but I've got around it with an LST before, so can't be that bad. There we go. Watch out for all the branches. Pull some more straw off. So we've got to come out of here, left, up underneath the bridge, and then down back under the A30, out towards Clumpton. And then I've got to give the farmer a call when I'm nearly there, because he's going to meet me somewhere, and then I've got to follow him in. Right. No dramas. Right, I will see you shortly, I guess. We are tall. I think we're pretty much on the limit of what we're allowed to do. We're over 16 foot tall. I know that much. See you in a bit. Righto, so here we are, just slightly north of Clumpton. I can never remember what this place is called. Croyle? Yeah, something like that. So, see this big old trailer of straws that go around this corner. Look out the window. So we've made it this far so far. Oh, these lines look a bit low. Quite if I don't catch them. Oh, they should be high enough. This is where everything above a road should be kept to 17 foot minimum. This is where it gets a bit sketchy, is when you've got power lines like that. Because, like I said, I am over 16 foot, so yeah, there wouldn't have been a lot of room between me and that bit of wire then. So you recognise this road, I've been up here a few times with stuff, you may have seen me drive up here, but we're going to somewhere slightly different up this way. We're not actually too far from Wayne's yard up here as well. But I don't think we can get to Wayne's yard from this side, or can we? I'm not entirely sure. But that's not where we're going anyway, so yeah. So we are catching quite a few of the trees along here as well. Yeah, catching all them. I'm trying to sort of miss some of the bigger branches so it doesn't like grab onto any of the bales or straps or anything. So far we've been not too bad. Had to be extra careful heading out towards Honiton Way as well from the yard, because you got I can't remember what the place is called, Wilmington? I think that's what it's called. There's a couple of thatched cottages there, and the thatch does ever so slightly hang into the road. Let's let this cyclist through. Yeah, so obviously I had to sort of slow down there because cars coming the other way didn't understand, so obviously I had to move over a bit so I didn't catch the thatched roofs of the load. But we got through without any issues there. There was a Stan Robertson truck coming the other way and he stopped and let me come up, which was handy. So top marks to that bloke. He knew the score. I mean, you get relatively close with a curtain sider on them roofs anyway. I mean, I'm probably still higher than the lip of the roof, but it's a straight edge trailer, it's not too bad, it's not going to touch it, but these things stick out in all sorts of angles, so just got to be so damn careful. This guy's got a Mitsubishi L200, so I've got to meet him up here in a minute, and then he's going to show me where I've got to go. He's going to take me to the farm. few of the trees. Oof. Big bump. Got to do this tight corner as well. It's always fun doing a tight corner when you've got a very tall wobbly load on. You get quite an angle, it can pull the trailer, make it go a bit wobbly. Oh, something rolled around on the roof. Oh, in the gate, there we go. We're not, well, I said we're not overly heavy. The straw's about 21 tonnes apparently, according to the weighbridge ticket I got. Obviously Jamie drives my old truck, which is a little bit heavier than this one, probably about 500 kilos heavier than this truck because of the fuel tank. Well, actually I don't know, even if it is 5, it's probably about 300 kilos heavier. So I've got hydraulic lines on this one, there isn't hydraulic lines on that one. So yeah. Right. Where is he? Where is he? Should I just wait here a minute? Come on. All the cars. Right, here's our farmer matey. So we've got to follow him down here now. And obviously this is where the sweets and parsnips are done. We got to continue on though. So this should be fun. Ain't much room for error down here. I'll say this is definitely the only way to this farm because I've seen the other side of this road, and yeah, I think I even had it in a video once because yeah, I weren't going to get up it. I was too wide. I think that's when this road was shut at the other end because of a tree being down. Yeah. Cool. There was a lot of straw come off then. Now quite a bit off now as well, I think. Ooh, yeah. Haha, there's a van. Hi, van. He's backing up, is he? And another van. Move over a bit, they got a satellite dish, so I don't want to clip that. Yeah, we're alright. There's a lot of room for error here. Uh-oh. Hi, car. Oh, a scaffolding, that's going to be fun. It's alright, we'll pass the scaffolding, it's alright. It gets narrower. Let's put her in manual mode. I'm going to brush that tree. Sorry I'm not talking much, I'm concentrating as much as I can. Hope I don't scuff the truck up at all, because I've got Shepton Mallet next weekend, the truck show. So hopefully it'll be alright. Famous last words and all that. Hit a lot of that. That's not too bad actually. I'm gonna probably lose about a ton of straw by the time we get there. Oof. Oh dear. Trailer definitely went down in a ditch a bit there. It's right, we pulled it out. Weren't really much more I could do about that because I didn't have any room to get over to not pull it through there. I had one like this for a while. Got some wrap bales here, so I'm hoping it's probably here. Please be here. Oh, I have to go too much further if we can help it. Hi van. Yeah, you're gonna have to back up. Aha, this must be it here. Alright, let's see where he wants me. Right here, cool. About there-ish, forward a bit more, or?
Yeah, that'll do. I want to try and get it on that trailer if I can.
Cool, no worries. That was fun.
Right.
Yeah, not too bad.
Too bad, was it?
Aye. Nah, it was easy enough. So these are extra long straps used for the straw, so I ain't got any room in any lockers for them, so I'm going to have to put them in there. So extra long, because straw you need long straps for. Now, because of that woman racing down the road there, she was flying. She was probably doing nearly 50 down there. You know, when you see a truck at the side of the road with loads of straw in it, it's obvious that something's going to be going on, so you slow down, don't you, naturally. But, yeah. She would have literally written herself off doing that. Absolute wally. Yeah. So what the farmer's done, he's busy over there, so I'll come over here. Someone else driving down here now. So the farmer's put a straw bale in the middle of the road to slow everyone down. He says he has to do it every time because people come racing down here like idiots. And it's like, there's heavy machinery here. It'll kill you very easily. So yeah, I'm just going to sit here by the bale now and wait for him to unload it. So yeah, about half done. And don't worry about the power cables, because I'm probably about 4 foot away from them, so he's not going to touch them at all. Right, we are done and dusted. I've just got to try and spin round here now. Good effort. Right.
It's got getting off now.
Yeah, that'll be right. Right, spin around. See you later. Well, we are at 90 degrees. We are going to spin around. Leave some marks on the road and away we go. I think we're alright. Yeah, we're all good. Good. So that wasn't too bad. Like an amateur, I left my window open for half of that unload, so I've ended up with loads of straw in here. So I'm going to be finding straw in here for the next few weeks. And I pick little bits out occasionally. I've also got a load of flies in here, but that kind of happened when I opened the door anyway, so. But we got a much easier task of getting out now, because obviously we ain't got the height of the bales now, so that helps. But nah, it wasn't too bad. Very nice guy. Now we got squeezing out here. Still got to concentrate though, because this road is rather rough at the sides, and yeah, if you're not careful it'll pull you to one side and then you'll end up in the bank, which you don't want to be doing. Bound to get someone flying up here in a minute. Shouldn't be down here. You go down lanes, you should have your licence revoked. Yeah, right. Only complete clowns would think that. Yeah. So yeah, he said that's where obviously they do their straw. He said because where it actually goes, I'd never get down to. So yeah, he said that it's much worse further on, as in like they have to push power lines over their trailer, which is probably about a bale's height shorter than mine. So only like phone lines and that, but things you got to do to get your job done, eh? Right, this is where I went into the bank a minute ago, coming up. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, just there, my wheels dipped down into that, I think. Oh no, where is it? Well, it might not have, I don't know. I can't see any dirt on the road. Either way, I pulled the trailer out of it, so it wasn't an issue. Either that or I was just hanging onto the dear edge of it. But last thing you want is to dip off and then the trailer to go over. I mean, it'll have a nice soft landing in the hedge. Yeah. Oof. So yeah, as I say again, with these roads and that, us trucks have to calm down here, because where you have farms, you'll have heavy traffic. And I'm sure you'd be like, oh, couldn't you take it in a van? Well, you'd need about 30 vans to carry what I can carry. Well, okay, maybe not 30 vans, but I think it works out to about 20 vans can carry the same. 3.5 ton vans can carry about 1.5 tons weight. So you think about it, about 20 vans will carry the same weight as what I can carry. 19 or 20, something like that. So when you think about the fueling costs as well, obviously this does about 7.5, 8 miles to the gallon average. And you think a van will do what, 20 odd miles to the gallon average? Then you think over, when you got 20 vans doing the same distance, how much fuel is that going to use compared to me? Yeah, hell of a lot more. Oh, there's a bit of branches in that I've pulled down earlier. Oh yeah, one of my straps pulled off as well. So obviously coming up here, one of the trees has pulled one of the straps crossing over the rear bales off, so luckily none of them fell off. So we're quite lucky. I don't know how far it was dragging behind me for, but obviously I couldn't see it coming down here. I reckon it was that oak tree that was just up there, because that one's, I brushed right up against that one, so I reckon it was that one that done it. So we didn't go far, but yeah, it would have pulled a few bales off, but I'm sure he would have just raced up the road with his handler and grabbed them quickly. Wouldn't have been too much of an issue. Might have delayed someone about 5 minutes of their journey. Corner's a bit tight around here. I'm going to have touching that bank with me tyres, I think. It's not too bad because the trailer's empty. Oh no, we're alright. We're okay. So yeah, when you're coming down lanes like this in your car, just because it says national speed limit doesn't mean you should be doing 60 down here. You drive to the conditions of the road, and this road is not a 60 mile an hour road. I mean, you can do 60 down it, but the chances are you are going to die. Yeah. Be smart, people. Keep yourselves safe. Right, that's Clark's there, so we are out of the danger zone. We know it's fairly straight sailing from here. So I'm going to leave this bit here. I will see you when I'm back at the yard, because that's all I'm doing now. Back to the yard, done. See you shortly. So before anyone says, oh, you're having lovely weather today, I'm literally like 10 minutes down the road from where I turned the cameras off. This summer has been absolutely rubbish. It has been, I don't think we've had more than one single day without rain. It is horrendous. Global warming, my ass, more like global cooling. It's currently 16.5 degrees near the end of August, in the middle of the day. It's absolutely wazzing it down. Yeah. Glad I didn't pick to go on holiday this year, because I would have not been happy. I don't think we've had a solid week from like Sunday to Sunday of sunshine at all this year. No wonder everyone's miserable at the moment. But I'm not unhappy. Woohoo! Home time! Here we are, just coming through Morecambe Lake, over the hill, down in the Chinook, nearly back in the yard. So we got to drop this trailer off at the workshop down there, and then give Jamie his straps back, because they're his straps, because they're extra long ones. So that's his for when he does straw. I should really have an extra long set of straps, but I don't. I think boss might have some for me. So yeah. Oh, there's space in this lay-by now. I mean, I don't think I'm supposed to pull in this one because it's for wide loads at the moment. That's why all the cones are in there. But I was going to pull in and have a break earlier, and then that would have stopped me going over my 4.5. But I ended up going over because there was another van in there. So yeah. But hey, that's trucking. Like I said before, I feel like I give somewhat of an accurate representation of what it's like to be a truck driver and what the life of a truck driver is like. So, you know, that comes with the rough and the smooth. So sometimes things go right, sometimes they don't. No matter how well you plan, stuff always goes wrong to an extent. So yeah, here's what it is. Never mind. If I knew that this traffic was going to be here, or if it showed up earlier on the TomTom, then I would have stopped near Axminster Way. It would have been a bit up there, I could have stopped that. But hey, hindsight, eh? Ifs, buts and monkey nuts, as they say. Right! So we're just going to head on down here into the workshop. So, that's the video done. So that's another video done. And that's my week done. I'm pretty much done now, I think. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything else now. It's not going to run me out of the yard now. Not unless there's a trailer locally to collect, but I doubt it. But you never know. I guess traffic again. Mental. So yeah. I hope this video was interesting enough for you, especially with that farm and the straw. Yeah. Could have been even more interesting if I lost a bale. Luckily the other strap that was on there held them all on. Yeah, it was definitely a tree branch that pulled it off, I reckon. And it had not long fallen off because it wasn't frayed or anything. It wasn't like broken or anything. So it literally only just happened at the top of the road there. So it wouldn't have been too much bother. Anywho, that's the end of the video. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. It's entirely up to you. Also, subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. It doesn't cost you nothing. And then that way you get to see when my videos are released. So, yeah. If you feel inclined to, you can share my video with someone you think might like it. And also you can leave a comment. Let me know what you think about trucks going down narrow lanes. What you think about it. Because it has to happen. So, yeah. It's been emotional. So, take it easy. Look after yourselves. Drive safely. Thanks for trucking around with Jono. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbyes.